Welcome back to the channel, everybody. West Bromwich Albion Carimo. This is part 52 that we're getting into right now, and the January transfer window is open. It's time for transfers to start kicking off again, and you can see the regular stuff. We had been linked to a move with Januzaj, and then the stuff that we get every single transfer window. It's actually just like real life. Like every single window, it seems there's interest in Berahino. It's a question of will he stay, will he go? I mean, if we did get a real big offer for him, then I'd be willing to let him go. But if not, then it ain't really necessary to sell him, especially not at this moment in time. We don't need the money particularly. I'm pretty happy with how my squad is looking, especially going forward. We have a lot of good youth in the team, and we've been fighting for the top positions. I think we're top of the league still. Yeah, we're top of the league still, joint with Arsenal. So we're doing good enough. I mean, strength in depth is also important, because obviously Champions League and stuff like that, we got to be looking good. But we're into a game against Leicester City, 2 Premier League games in this one, and a FA Cup tie, the first FA Cup tie of the season against Hartlepool to finish the episode off. But we have a lot going on with the transfer window as well. A lot of movement, activity going on. There's a lot of stuff that's not involving us like that. There's stuff with Jack Butland that you was hearing about earlier. Obviously, we got the stuff with Johnny Evans. We don't really know what's going to happen with Johnny Evans. He wants to move to Arsenal. I doubt Arsenal want him, so he'll probably end up staying. But then, I mean, if he don't want to play for the team, I don't need him around here. He's, what, 31 years old. He's never been a first-team player, really. I've never really had any major plans for him. So, like I said, we'll see what's happening. There was rumours going on that said Tashi could be joining the club, so that could mean that Johnny Evans could be on his way out. I'm not too sure. But in this game, 39 minutes on the clock, Chadley is denied by Kasper Schmeichel as Leicester are in the lead. You saw just earlier on right there. Divock Origi getting on the end of another cross just across the face of the box. None of our players could get on the end of it. Divock Origi turned it into the back of the net. So 40 minutes in, right after that one, we're trying to create another chance. It comes out here to Karsdorp, who's going to play it into Van der Meer. He turns, shields the ball well, gets a little bit fortunate for the ball to fall to him again inside the box. And his finish, there's nothing fortunate about that one. Maxwell Van der Meer puts us back on level terms with the former Premier League champions Leicester City, and I feel like we deserved that one. Leicester didn't create too much in the first half. We really was putting the pressure on them, but like I said, a little bit fortunate for the ball to stay with Max Van der Meer in the box. Once he got the ball back at his feet right there, he wasn't really going to miss. So into the second half, and we're the ones pressing forward. Nolan Roux gets just so unlucky right there as his header is cleared off the line from the defender. It's crazy because when that stuff happens to me, my players never seem to clear it off the line, but we should have been in the lead right there. But good defending to clear that header from Nolan Roux, who could have scored another one. And we were a little bit unfortunate not to take the lead again with Sturridge's shot straight into the hands of Kasper Schmeichel, more or less. Nolan Roux found Sturridge again, though, in a brilliant position, and just unfortunate there. It looked like a real good finish, but it did end up coming back off of the post. So we're still pushing them, and again, we hit the post one more time as Karsdorp's header bounces off the post after delivery from Chadley, and we didn't manage to get another goal to put us in the lead for this one. So we did leave the King Power Stadium with just the 1 point. Obviously, our former FIFA 16 career mode team, my first ever career mode team. I always have love for Leicester City. My first ever career mode on YouTube. It was Leicester City, and it ended up being a beast one. So I guess I'm just a natural at making beast career modes. I don't know. But we're into the second game of the episode right now, jumping straight across, playing against Spurs, traveling from Leicester to North London to play these absolute. They're just cunts, aren't they? They're just a bunch of cunts. Just Tottenham, everything to do with Tottenham, just cunts, isn't it? But we are coming out here with the 3-5-2 formation. Reece James playing a left back right here, and he does just, I mean, is it a mistake? Can I call it a mistake? The shot, Vincent Janssen is played in behind. It's a decent save from Gazaniga. I guess he maybe could have done a little bit better. He done well to stop it in the first place. Oh my God, as Reece James goes there to clear that one, he just really can't do enough to try and, I mean, the pressure from Dele Alli right behind him maybe was enough to make him put it into the back of the net. But we are 1-0 down early on in this one against Tottenham. Their first chance, and they were able to get in the lead. It went down as a Reece James own goal for that one as well. 30 minutes on the clock. Tottenham creating another chance in this. Janssen again being played in behind, but Gazaniga makes a better save that time. Pushes it out wide to Lamela, and nothing comes of that, like, rebound opportunity, I guess. But it's Reece James coming down the left-hand side again, just doing well. I think it was Wanyama who he just shrugged off right there. He forces a save out of Lloris, and it falls to that man, Saido Berahino. And he's just he's got to hit the target from there, man. I mean, it's kind of a tight angle, but still, you have to hit the target. If not, score in that situation on the rebound with an open goal right there. But Berahino can't put it in the back of the net, so we still have to search for another goal. 47 minutes in. 2 games in this episode so far, and all the chances have been for us. But look at this beautiful passing move as the ball finds its way to Berahino, and he's denied again by Hugo Lloris. But that's a beautiful passing move, just everyone getting involved, moving the ball slowly. Now we're into the second half. Well, we're still into the second half, creating more chances, trying to get in the lead. Jankovic finds the ball out wide on the left-hand side, on off the bench, trying to make an impact, comes onto his right foot, but his finish just isn't there. We need to improve his finishing with a little bit of training. But Nino Jankovic, I really like him, and Van der Meer are the future of this club right now. 73 minutes in, good football from Tottenham as they find their way in behind. Dele Alli, for some reason, I mean, he had Karsdorp chasing after him. Karsdorp is just absolutely rapid in this game, but that's probably why I took it a little bit early, but he wasn't able to hit the target. Vide Santon coming down the left hand side this time. He's going to end up turning back onto his right foot, and he puts the cross in to Nolan Roux, who heads it into the back of the net, but the referee has blown his whistle way too early and given a penalty against Tottenham for a handball against Ben Davies. Nolan Roux steps up to take the penalty. Will it matter in the end? Nolan Roux strikes his penalty off the post, and in the end, the referees made a shocking decision right there to deny a goal. The ball was in the back of the net, but he's blown for a penalty for a handball. Just give us the goal. What are you doing? Tottenham come close to extending their lead, but as they go for another goal, they're dispossessed there. Bradley finds Marcelo Brozovic, who's at all kinds of space. He ends up sliding a beautiful through ball into Berahino, just about gets it. 1-on-1 with the keeper, and Berahino on the first try, trying, I guess, manages to put the ball into the back of the net. 89 minutes on the clock, and again you have to look at EA Sports and just be like, what is this? Like legendary AI, is it? Because in the 90th minute of the game, why have Tottenham got so many players forward when they're winning the game in the 90th minute? It doesn't make sense. They don't need to go for another goal. They're caught on the break as Marcelo Brozovic plays a beautiful through ball into Saido Berahino, and he gets himself his first Premier League goal of the season as there's interest in him from other teams. I mean, that's a way. If he's still looking for a way out of West Bromwich Albion, which I assume he is because he's not playing as many games as I assume he wants to, then that's a way to just market your name out there. When teams are looking at you, you score a last-minute equaliser and get your name out there. But you can see back in transfer window stuff, James McClean has ended up leaving the club for $2 million. I got the offer and I just didn't see a reason to reject it. That's all it was basically. I couldn't think of a reason to keep him around, so we just let him go for a cheap fare right there. Everton are in talks to sign Johnny Evans. He wanted to go to Arsenal, but I mean, if Arsenal ain't looking at him, maybe he'll want to go to another team. Everton aren't the worst in the league, and there's more talks after Berahino secures us a draw in that last match. He's being looked at by Sevilla again, but another player leaving the club. Joe Ward has gone back out on loan again, this time to MK Dons for a season. Joe Ward is a player who I want to get some action. I want to get him involved in first team stuff in the future. So I do want to get him out and get him some first team football because I want him to grow at least to around 74, 75 before I could really start getting him involved in the first team. Hopefully he can do that a bit, and when he comes back we can train him a little bit more to get him up. And then I don't know what his potential is anyway, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. I do want to get him involved, like I said, so hopefully he can grow a little bit while he's out on loan for another season. This will probably be his last loan. It will most likely be his last loan out, because regardless, I'm not gonna spend any more time on him. He's got one more season out on loan. If he comes back good enough to play, then he'll play. If he doesn't come back good enough to play, then we'll probably think about letting him go or just sit on the reserves and be a kind of a backup for games like this. We're playing against Hartlepool, and I hope you took a look at the lineup because we have a lot of our youth talent in this game. A lot of regulars like not regulars, but a lot more experienced players like Johnny Evans is actually captaining the side today. Ramadan Sobhi coming down the left hand side. He's another one who's experienced. He ends up pulling it back to Olsen, one of the youth players. He pulls it into Tyler Roberts, who's another player who gets a relative experience. I mean, Jankovic has been getting a lot of this game time this season. We've got another player who's going to get, well, he's not going to get the ball this time actually. Jankovic gets the ball down the left hand side. I tried to pull it back to Tyler Roberts. I have no idea why why it went all the way across to Munayin. Munayin getting a game in this one, and he's dropped down the pecking order with just performances that are just damn near invisible. He gets in behind this time, and he was playing a lot better in this game, but it's Hartlepool. So I mean, he better have played a lot better. He was involved in this one. That's all I want from a name. When he's on the ball, he's good. When he's shooting, he's good. But he's just never involved in the games. I don't know what it is. Maybe I should try him in a different position. He's down on the right-hand side this time. 72 minutes on the clock. Ends up bursting past his man with ease. Whips it across the box. And it falls to that man who we mentioned at the end of episode 50 in the squad report. I can't remember. Kumana, I think his first name is Kumana Goa, the Ivory Coast international, signed from free agency, and we picked him up, and he's an exciting prospect, a 70 overall at the age of 18, and he looks good. He got some good stats and all that. He's an absolute tank. Look at him. He's a unit. He's a unit, this guy, and he ends up securing us a victory. Munayin got himself the man of the match in this one, getting a few shots off, and you can see a 9 rating, and it's good to see that he can turn up against Hartlepool. I mean, I am so relieved to see that he can turn up against Hartlepool. But back into transfer stuff, and look at that. Solomon Rondon linked to West Brom. He left us at mid-season of the first campaign. He was doing well in the first season. He ended up leaving for, I believe, was it 40? I don't know. I have 42 million in my mind. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's wrong. But I have 42 million in my mind. He left us for Tottenham. He hasn't really been playing too many games for them. Hasn't been scoring too many goals for them. They're sitting in 8th place right now. Could that mean Berahino might be on his way out? Because we do have Sturridge, Rue, Berahino, Tyler Roberts, 4 strikers. Rondon would make it 5. Could that mean he'd be leaving? I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. But this is what the table's looking at. After 2 draws in the Premier League, we fall 4 points behind Arsenal, who are at the top. We have Arsenal coming in the next episode, maybe the next episode or the one after. We have another game against Arsenal, so that's a big match right there. Manchester United behind us, 3 points behind, and Crystal Palace and Leicester and Middlesbrough actually are just a point behind them, and then a point behind them is Liverpool and Spurs. So it's relatively close in the January transfer window, which is where we are right now. But join us in the next episode for some more transfer stuff. Will Berahino leave? Will Johnny Evans leave? Will Rondon return to Hawthorns? Will Tashi be joining us? What will happen with Butland? I don't know. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Career Mode 53. Peace.